Eventually, the shock finally registered with me. A numb feeling spread from the center of my brain almost instantly. Nagito is dead? Even when I saw this before me, I wasn't able to comprehend that reality yet.
Huh?
What?
What?
What's going on here?
Are you serious?
Is he really dead? He's not pretending to be dead, is he? I mean, it's Nagito, you know? That's right, it's Nagito. He always messed with us. He always tried to confuse us. That's why... I can't believe it. Nagito ended up in such a cruel state. Nagito is dead. Deep down, I believed that when the killings finally ended, I'd never see this guy again. I never expected I'd be looking at Nagito's body like this. Nagito probably thought the same thing. I couldn't help seeing it in his dead, frightened face. But on this island, unbelievably abnormal occurrences happen all the time. Even Nagito couldn't escape that truth. But even something as small as that... Now, of course, we gotta have our alarm.
A body has been discovered! Now then, after a certain amount of time has passed, the class trial will begin!
Don't tell me.
The body discovery announcement? Then it's for real.
Hey!
Then Nagito really is dead?
Damn it.
It's not just that he's dead. If the body discovery announcement was made, does that mean Nagito was killed? Come on, Kaz! Nagito didn't stab himself in both legs, and then impale his own hand on the ground while tying up his other hand, duct-taping his mouth, and then somehow impaling himself on a spear on the floor. Come on, use your brain. Killed?
That's right.
Plus, it's one of us! I mean, that's what it means, right? One of us killed Nagito? One of us killed him so brutally. Then, it's going to start again. Huh? The class trial is going to start soon, right? Then...
Of course.
Yep! We gotta do it! We gotta find out who Nagito's killer is!
Hey!
No matter who you guys sacrifice, you are determined to survive and leave this island, right? Then the time for action is now! So, allow me to give you the familiar Monokuma fact. Hold it right there!
Damn it!
What? Don't get in my way like that! I was about to whip out the Monokuma file in such a cool way!
You stupid brother!
Shut up! I can't stand this anymore!
Got it?
How much longer are you gonna keep putting them through this? No more! I won't let you! I'll make sure I pulverize your evil intentions!
Hey!
Say something!
What's this?
Oh, now I remember who you are. You're Manami! You just now noticed?
Like...
Anyway, Manami, if you're gonna talk about my intentions, why don't you talk about yours first? Huh? What are your intentions anyway? Why are you keeping everyone cooped up on this island? I'm sure everyone here wants to know too, you know. Why? No fair! You're shutting up too. Enough already. We already have enough to deal with concerning Nagito. Please, do not say anything else that will confuse us.
Hey.
Anyway, let's begin. Huh? But...
This is just...
I mean, in the end, we still have to do it, right? As long as a killing happens, we can't do anything about it, right? We have no choice but to do it again, right? Besides, it's our fault we couldn't even prevent it. I know. That's the only way we can survive, right?
Nice!
Looks like you kids are way more well-behaved than Manami.
Don't fuck with me.
We're tired of this too, you know. That's why I'll definitely make sure to finish this for good this time.
This is kind of...
Does that mean you guys are getting bored of this school trip?
Actually...
Don't worry, the end is near! Huh? The end?
What's the matter?
Oh, don't make a face like a pig about to become bacon. You've already noticed it, right? The meaning behind that Monokuma timer? I guess there's only 2 days left. Aww. When that timer reaches 0, 2 days from now, what will happen to us? The killing school trip will be over.
Hey,
If this'll finally be over,
you serious?
does that mean we can go home?
What are you gonna do?
Don't count your bears before they've hatched. There's still something you gotta do before that, right?
So,
Once again,
it's the Monokuma file! Phew.
you guys need to find out who Nagito's killer is and survive the class trial. If this ends here, there won't be an afterward at all.
Do your best.
Wait!
Hold on!
I won't forgive you.
I won't let you escape this time. Wait right there! What do you guys think? If the school trip's nearly at an end, it's safe to think we can go home, right?
But still,
Kazuichi, I understand how you feel, but we need to focus on Nagito's case first.
Damn it!
Even if we can go home, it'll be the end for us if we screw up here.
All right!
Then let's hurry up and solve Nagito's case, so we can all go back home.
however,
It is nice to think everyone can go home, but that is impossible, right? I mean, someone in this room killed Nagito. There's a killer among us. The weight of those words began to sink into me. That was true of the previous cases, but was it really true this time? No matter how much I tried, I couldn't believe it. Because the victim was Nagito? Because his death was so abnormally cruel? No, it wasn't just that. There was something more to it than that. And whatever it was stuck inside me. Alright, what a scene we've got here. First, we need to look at the Monokuma file. The victim is Nagito Komaeda. His body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stabbed into his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration of his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. What a tragic situation. Just reading this is making me depressed.
huh?
Is there something wrong with this Monokuma file? Again? But what's wrong with it? Not only is there a spear stabbed into his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand.
Yep.
It's definitely weird. Well, I guess I'll find out if I look around. That's what the investigation is for. Don't worry or form conclusions on your own. That makes me more worried than I should be. We can discuss it later. Right now is our only chance to investigate. So we should investigate first.
See?
If we don't, there won't be anything for us to discuss. Well, I guess you're right. Now let's start with the area surrounding Nagito's body. I should start with the back of the warehouse. Since the curtain blocked most of the water, this area wasn't affected by the sprinklers that much. Thanks to that, I can properly investigate Nagito's body. I never thought I'd have to investigate Nagito's body. He probably didn't expect to end up like this either. Alright, let's begin with the body. I never expected Nagito to die like this. He was always spouting nonsense about hope and trying to confuse the hell out of us. But even so, dying like this is just too cruel. Also, he wasn't completely useless. There were times we were only able to reach the truth because of him. But everything good and bad about him is gone. We'll never be confused by him again. We'll never be saved by him again. No. Now isn't the time to think about unnecessary things. I need to focus on the investigation right now. For now, I need to investigate everything about this body that catches my eye. Let's start from the left. Nagito's right wrist is tied with rope, but it looks like the tip of that rope burned off. Could this be a result of the fire? But that's weird. If the rope is burned off like this, Why are Nagito's clothes completely unaffected by the fire when he was so close to the blaze? Alright, let's check out the knife. This knife is stabbed through Nagito's right hand. Did the killer do this? How could they do something so cruel? This knife, it must be from the military base. The military base? Now that you mention it, you're right. It looks like a survival knife.
Well?
By the way, it seems the wounds on his legs and left arm were caused by the same knife. Knife? What is that? Which means after the killer was finished stabbing Nagito's legs and left arm, they stabbed the knife through his right hand?
It cannot be.
And then they finished him off with the spear.
How cruel.
Then does that mean the killer went to the trouble of using two weapons, a knife and a spear? But they could have just killed him by stabbing him with the knife. Why did they need to use a spear at all?
You are right.
That is definitely strange. Was there a reason they had to use it? A reason they had to use the spear, huh? Survival knife, okay. Let's check out the face. He must have been in great pain. He clearly had this agonizing look on his face when he died. His mouth is covered with duct tape. Was this to keep him from screaming for help?
This is bad.
Jeez, what a horrible look on his face! The blood splattered all over it doesn't help either. It's a good thing his mouth is covered with duct tape. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to look at him. Got a minute? Sorry, excuse me. Chiaki moved past Kazuichi and me and squatted down next to Nagito's face. And in one swift movement, she ripped the tape off of his mouth. Hey, what are you doing?
It's gonna be fine.
That'll be fine. I'll put it back right away once I'm done investigating here.
Hey!
Putting the tape back isn't the issue, you ungrateful swine! You're gonna get cursed! The blood on Nagito's face. It looks like it mostly came from the slice on his left arm. If that's the case...
Man.
It's no use, she's not listening!
Hey.
About the blood splattered on his face. There's no blood under the duct tape.
Huh?
What's wrong with that?
Well?
This duct tape has crinkles, like it was sticking towards the inside of his mouth, right? Nagito was probably desperately moving his mouth under the duct tape. Seriously, what's wrong with that? She means Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he got all those wounds. So he tried to shout, which caused the duct tape to get sucked into his mouth a bit. But what's wrong with that? Is there something we really need to worry about? I don't really get it, but just put the duct tape back on his mouth already.
Yep.
You're right. Anyway, this might be some kind of clue. I should remember it. Okay. Left hand. There's a cut on his upper left arm. His legs and right hand have stab wounds, but this wound looks like a slice. That's probably the reason the wound on his left arm doesn't look that deep compared to his other wounds. Well, regardless, it doesn't change the fact that it's a hideous wound and there's blood everywhere.
Super difficult.
There's something strange. Strange? What?
See?
Look at the palm of his left hand. I think that blood is from when his left arm was sliced, but doesn't the blood splatter look strange? It cuts off right in the middle of his palm. Yeah, it definitely cuts off. Maybe that's as far as the blood could reach when it splattered. Well, that would explain the blood on his palm, but there's something else that's strange? When you flip it over and look at the back of his hand,
Well?
there's also blood, but only above the middle joint of each finger. You're right. Why is it only on this part?
See?
It's just as I said, right? It's strange, right? I win. Yeah, sure, you win. But it's definitely strange. What did the killer do to make the blood splatter like that? Really? Like, we can't figure out that he had a fist clenched when this happened? It's pretty obvious. Blood on the left hand has been added to the truth bullets section of the handbook. It's not even that alarming. Alright, let's take a look at the spear. A spear with a flashy ornament on it is impaled deeply into Nagito's stomach. There's no way around it. That looks like the fatal wound.
What's this?
Oh my, what's this? Such a strange-looking spear, isn't it? A cord extends from the tip of the handle, and there's an iron weight attached to it. I see. You use the cord as a whip to capture the enemy and deliver the final blow with the spear.
Is this your first time looking at this too?
Of course not. This is the Spear of Gungnir, right?
You definitely just came up with that now.
Hey!
By the way, I wanted to ask you, where did that spear come from?
I feel like I saw it at Nezumi Castle.
What?
Nezumi Castle?
What the hell?
I was designed to be afraid of mice, so I can't go in there. Damn you, mice! Damn you all to hell!
I see. Even he doesn't know what's inside that castle. Wow. More importantly, I need to focus on the investigation. The spear definitely catches my eye, but that weight on the end of the cord coming out of the handle, it looks like that part has blood on it too. But for some reason, this section of cord doesn't have blood on it. It's about the size of a human fist. It's strange this section of cord doesn't have blood on it. Alright, so Nagito was holding the whip when he died. Also, Chiaki mentioned this earlier, but apparently that spear came from Nezumi Castle. It might be better if I confirm that later. Okay, Spear of Gungnir. Alright, let's look at his horrible wounds. Both of Nagito's legs are tied up. Each rope is tied to the pillars nearby. He wouldn't have been able to move at all. According to the Monokuma file, the wounds on his legs are all stab wounds. Does that mean the killer didn't just tie up Nagito, they also stabbed his legs? Why would the killer do something like that?
Damn it!
At any rate, it's pretty sadistic. The killer must have been holding a huge grudge towards him. Or they might have been torturing him. Torture?
Huh?
I mean, if they just wanted to kill him, they could have just stabbed him once in the chest, right? If you disregard the spear in his chest, the other wounds were inflicted for reasons other than killing. Which means the wounds all over Nagito's body were from the killer torturing him? If that's the case, what was the killer trying to make Nagito confess? Was it something that would have led to the traitor?
Even so.
Well, even if this was torture, there's no doubt the killer must have held a deep grudge towards Nagito.
Damn it!
Refusing to let him die easily? I could totally understand a dark impulse like that. But even if they held a grudge against him, would they really have gone this far? Yikes. I guess I'm done with the area surrounding Nagito's body. Jeez, I can't believe I actually investigated such a grisly-looking body. Even I'm surprised at myself. Does this mean I'm used to it? My classmate's dead body is right in front of me, and one of my peers is the killer responsible. And I have to investigate his death, so I can find his killer. Am I used to something as abnormal as that? That would mean I'm becoming abnormal too. I think we're all pretty abnormal at this point. Let's check out the rest of this. Fire grenades! It looks like a bunch of plastic bottles. Remnants of plastic are scattered all over the place. This is probably... those fire grenades that we used to put out the fire. Well, they weren't actually that useful in the end. The fire was only extinguished thanks to the sprinklers. Well, nevertheless, this evidence really isn't all that strange. How about the lighter? It's an oil lighter. This is where the curtains would have been hanging. It also looks like the fire did extensive damage here. If the oil lighter was placed here...
Just kidding.
An oil lighter. Someone probably wanted to keep warm.
Bring it on.
It is a most foolish thought. This is clearly the cause of the fire.
Well,
Oil lighters can continue to burn even after someone lets go of them.
which means...
So using that, the curtain was set on fire. Using the oil lighter, huh? Do you think the killer set up some sort of trick with it?
You are right.
The killer probably planned to destroy evidence by setting this warehouse on fire. They caused a fire to destroy evidence? Well, that's the only reason I can think of why a killer would set fire to their crime scene, but... they did a crappy job if that's what they were doing. How about the impaled Monokuma? Monokuma's dead! There's blood coming out of his stomach! Hey. No response. He's dead, Jim. Just kidding! I'm not dead! Yeah, I know, we already talked to you. Is this one of the life-size plushies that were being produced at the factory? If you're mistaking a plushie for me, then there's something wrong with you. You're a stuffed animal, too.
Don't put oversized garbage there. It's so misleading.
What the heck?
What are you calling oversized garbage? Could this be one of Monokuma's tricks? Then why did he do it? Making a hole like it got stabbed and going to the trouble of dirtying the hole with blood. Did he try to imitate Nagito's body or something?
What are you
I had nothing to
saying?
do with that. Huh?
You're so
He's
evil.
he's probably lying. Seriously, you're always lying. You should just die like that plushie over there.
What's this?
You seem more pissed than usual these days, Monami, but you better watch what you say. If I feel like it, I can wipe you out easily, you know? I won't give in to your threats. I'll fight you until the very end.
I can't lose.
I will definitely take back the seat of world supremacy from Monokuma. Looks like those annoyances are gone. If it wasn't Monokuma's trick, then who did this? Could the killer have done this? If so, is this Nagito's blood? I have no idea how this connects to the incident. Ta-da! Alright, let's chat. I'm not freaking out about it like Kazuichi, but I definitely can't stop thinking about it. When the Monokuma timer reaches 0 2 days from now, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
That's obviously
This rotten
wrong.
school trip's gonna end, right? We can finally go back home! Carefree till the end. Does that mean you don't think it'll happen?
Well, yeah.
Monokuma might be planning to make us do something after the countdown ends.
Hey,
What do you mean, something?
shut up!
He's making us kill each other, you know? What could be worse than that?
Damn it!
I don't know. But this is Monokuma we're talking about. There's no way this will end smoothly with a countdown. Anyway, like you said before, if we screw up here, it's the end for us. For now, let's focus on the investigation. We'll think about the countdown after we live through the class trial.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
You...
Then don't bring up strange stuff like that. Alright, Akane. It mattered for Gundam's killing and for Mikan's, but it looks like it's different this time. It doesn't matter this time. What doesn't matter? The time! Looks like the time doesn't matter. It was clearly written in the Monokuma file. The time of death was noon sharp. If it was at noon, what were we doing at that time? What were we doing? Well, right now it's time. It's 12:30 p.m. So, it also has a clock function? Then that means Nagito died 30 minutes ago. Huh? It happened that recently. He's totally a fresh kill. Fresh seems like a bad way to describe that. Ugh. If it happened 30 minutes ago, was it around the time that we were struggling with the bombs? You're right. Those fake bombs were originally supposed to explode at noon.
Alright!
Which means whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is Nagito's killer. But this could be like when Nekomaru died. The killer could have also used some kind of automatic setup. Also, this crime looks very detailed, so they would have needed time to prepare.
Alright!
Then whoever doesn't have an alibi before we found the bombs is suspicious.
Huh?
Wait, none of us have an alibi for that time. That's when we all split up to search for the bombs. That's the problem. Alright, Chiaki, tell me about your weird thing. She looks like she's deep in thought while staring at the ceiling. What happened? Is there something strange about the ceiling?
Yep.
About that sprinkler. Well, that's one of the sprinkler heads that activated to put out the fire.
Well,
You can see a girder right next to it, right? There.
see?
Can you see that red streak? Huh? You're right. I definitely see it. It looks like a small red line on the ceiling girder.
Perhaps.
Is that blood? Blood? The color definitely looks like blood, but there's no way blood could get up there, right? Plus, it's a straight line. That's why I've been staring at it. I think it's strange. It's definitely strange. I should remember this. I guess that's enough investigating behind the curtain. The killer's goal wasn't killing Nagito. There should have been another reason as well. If not, they wouldn't have gone to the trouble of tying him with rope and covering his mouth with duct tape. Not just that, there's no reason to inflict any wounds other than a fatal one. So what was the reason? Looks like I better investigate other areas to figure that out. Alright, let's try investigating the other areas inside the warehouse first. Alright, so we have our weird choral music that was going on.
This is an MP3 player. There's even a speaker plugged into it. But why is this here?
Maybe...
It looks like that weird music was playing from here. You know, that music that was blaring when the fire started. Yeah, you're right. It looks like it's busted from getting drenched by the speakers, or sprinklers. There's no mistaking it. That music was playing from that MP3 player. I don't disagree with that, but why was the killer playing music from this? My guess is it's either a sound thing, like a cover thing, or it's a timing thing. Like they know exactly when in the song something needs to happen. There's a lot of tipped-over Monokuma panels. The panel near the curtain is tipped over and burned. Did the fire do that? But why are they scattered like this? The last time I was here, I seem to recall... They should have been neatly put away. Maybe we're the ones who made this mess? Huh?
See?
Look, the tipped-over panel by the entrance is really close to the door, right? So maybe the reason those panels are tipped over is... It's fine, I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine. With those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. It's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it. I knew it! It's a trap! Seriously, just stop it, okay? Didn't I tell you it'll be fine? I just gotta use a little more force. What happened to opening it slowly? Akane ignored their protests, and with a mighty kick, the door flew open. Could it be... Was that it?
Well?
And there's something else I've been wondering.
Hey.
These Monokuma panels are tipped over starting from the entrance to the back of the warehouse, right? They seem to be lying on top of each other in a straight line. Yeah, compared to the other tipped over panels, that line is the only one that's neat and orderly.
So...
Isn't this clearly strange? Strange. That means we can speculate this was done intentionally. Fair enough. Let's see what else is in here. Tons of books. There are a bunch of books stretched out on top of the panel, or stacked on top of the panel. Apparently they contain Monokuma's poetry and photos. The sprinklers completely soaked them. I can't even turn the pages anymore. Well, it's not like I'm missing much. Okay. Anything else interesting, or should I just be talking about? Alright, let's see what Akane thinks. It mattered. Yeah, we already said that.
What?
Sonia. Looks like Sonia's focused on investigating the warehouse. Which reminds me, there's something I needed to ask her about. Now that we've pretty much finished investigating Nagito's body, I think it's time to talk to her. Hey Sonia, do you have a minute? Yes? What is it? I want to talk to you about when that fake bomb Nagito set in the warehouse exploded.
Huh?
Right before it exploded, you said something like this, right? It is alright! It is not a bomb! Why did you know the bombs were fake? Well, that's not all either. When we were looking for the bombs, why were you at the military base? I thought you were supposed to be searching the central island. Plus, when I called for you, you didn't come to the factory right away. Where were you, and what were you doing during that time?
Oh my!
Oh my!
It cannot be!
Do you suspect me? It is a misunderstanding. I am not the killer. Jesus! Shit, you son of a bitch! What? Sonia?
I am sorry!
I was panicking! I shall calm down and explain to you. Why I was at the military base. That really confused me. When I first explored the final island, I discovered a vast amount of bombs there. Huh?
Well?
At first I was worried that someone might use them for nefarious reasons if I announced it to everyone. So I kept silent the whole time. Or does that mean when you heard Nagito planted bombs, you got suspicious and went to investigate them?
That is...
And as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. And because you were searching for them, you were late when we were all gathered.
Please listen!
And because of that, I reached a conclusion. The bombs Nagito brought from the military base... The bombs Nagito brought were from the military base, which means they were fake bombs. How did you find out that the bombs at the military base were fake? Because I attempted to use one of them. What?
I see.
I thought one of the bombs would be strong enough to blast open the door to the ancient ruin. At the time, I still believed the bombs were real, and I thought I could use one of them to gain entrance to the ancient ruin. That's actually pretty smart.
However,
That
that
plan...
plan was an utter failure. The bomb was not real. It was merely a fireworks display. God damn it, all to hell!
Okay, this new side of Sonia is confusing.
I see. So that's why you're the only one who knew the bombs at the military base were fake.
I did. As did Mommy as well. She was also secretly peeking at the bomb. Which means...
If those bombs are the same ones that disappeared, it would mean Nagito took them. That is why I knew it was a fake. However, I did think it was strange when Nagito blew up the hotel lobby. That bomb was real, and I could not stop thinking about it. But upon further reflection, that might have been Nagito's plan all along. He showed us a real bomb to make us think the bombs he set were real as well. If so, then Nagito's actions were extremely calculated. But the problem is his reason for doing it. With this, I have explained everything.
Do you have a
There should be
minute?
no more reason for you to doubt me. You're right, I got it. That was valuable info. Alright, I've pretty much finished looking for clues in the warehouse. I was able to find some clues, but there's still so many things I don't understand.
Hold it.
You look worried. Yeah, I am.
Well,
At a time like this, it might be good if you broaden your investigation range. You mean it's good to investigate other places as well? She might be right. There's several things I've been wondering about besides the crime scene. The military base that Sonia mentioned, the plushie factory next door, and Nezumi Castle, where the spear originally came from. Oh, and Nagito's room too. If I'm going to understand the reason for his actions, I need to know more about him.
can you
Okay.
hear
Hey,
me?
you guys, isn't it about time we leave this place and try exploring other areas too? In response to Chiaki, the others gathered around her.
I see.
I agree.
see.
I was just thinking about proceeding to another area. It seems we had the same idea.
Huh?
But is it safe? There won't be anyone to guard the crime scene.
Yep.
We don't have a choice. There just aren't enough of us. Besides, we've investigated all we can here. I guess you're right.
See?
Also, it looks like the clues we found aren't enough to piece this incident together. So we need to search for them in other areas, probably. Well, alternatively, if there aren't any clues in other areas either, we'd have to give up completely. You don't really need to say that.
Hey, hey!
Then, it's okay if we leave this place? A little freeze in the game there. It's okay! There's no time for us to stand around. In order to survive, there's no other way except to do it. In order to survive, we need to find Nagito's killer. If we don't sacrifice that person, nobody can survive. That's our reality. That's why there's no time for us to stand around. It's not really sacrificing someone to find them guilty in a criminal trial. Even if it is like a... what's the phrase for it? Mock trial? No, there's some word for it. A circus trial? I can't remember. There's a word for, like, a completely invalid trial, staged by a bear. I'll think of it later when it doesn't matter. Farce. I don't know. Alright, let's look at this some more. Apparently the bombs that were stuffed on this truck were actually fireworks. Which reminds me, this truck looks like it came from the military base. Nagito must have brought it from there. Other than that, there's nothing in particular that catches my eye. How about the laptop? That reminds me, when we saw Nagito's video message on this laptop... Is he still watching us from somewhere? If he's not, how did he time his message so perfectly? No, it looks like the video was set to play after the explosion by a wireless signal from the detonator. But why did he have to use a video message? That's the one thing I don't get. At the time, Nagito should have already been killed, which means that video was recorded in advance. That's right. Besides that video, there might be data on this laptop that could be used as a clue. With that thought in mind, I tried messing around with the laptop, but it's no use. It's locked. There's no way I can examine this. But if it's locked, maybe there really is something inside. Maybe I'm overthinking this. What do you think, Sonia?
My.
I have never seen so many Monokumas in my life. Well, Monokuma isn't exactly someone you'd normally run into.
However...
While I was staring at all these Monokumas, a thought occurred to me.
Well?
The bomb that went off at the lobby might have been set up here. Huh?
Do you have a minute?
If you put the bomb inside a Monokuma plushie, it would make a frightening weapon. Do you not think the group is forcing us to kill each other would devise something like that?
Amazing!
A plushie bomb is an act of terrorism!
All right!
Let us rip these apart right away so we can confirm it. Hold on. If there was a bomb inside these, wouldn't it explode if we carelessly messed with it?
Easy as pie!
Either way, it is all gravy! All gravy? What the hell does that mean?
Stop! There's no bomb!
Hey!
You'll know if you just pick me up, see? All you'll feel is the soft weight of cotton.
I see.
You are right.
However...
Boy, that's kind of confusing, because Monokuma used to be a robotic bear. That would definitely have been heavier than a cotton bear. Interesting. I'm gonna file that away for later. Then, where did Nagito obtain the bomb he used?
Who knows?
I wonder. If I'm gonna give you guys a hint, then you should know it wasn't from the military base.
What?
To tell you the truth, the bombs there are all fakes.
Please wait.
I know that already. You should have said so earlier.
No.
Well, I thought if I kept quiet about it, it would foreshadow that a killing was going to happen. That's why I'm just now telling you for the first time. Phew! I feel relieved.
But if the bomb wasn't from the military base or this factory, then he brought it from the Octagon.
Well,
I must say, you have a good eye there, Sonia. Putting a bomb inside one of my plushies seems like a splendid idea. Let's try it!
That is...
Did I say something I should not have said? It's not your fault. Don't worry about it. Interesting. Anything else here? What's back here? That's an enormous machine, but it's stopped for now. Looks like there's nothing related to the incident here. Well, then I guess I will go to the... well, I guess I'll either go to the ancient ruins or to the Mizumi Castle. Oh, I don't have to travel like this. Oh, hang on. Somebody told me that... Ooh, let me clean that up. If you give presents to your pet, it turns into a... It fills the hope meter. So I'm going to give the pet a spy spike. Does it like that? Yeah, so you have to give it presents to cheer it up. And then I guess it becomes a better present, or a better pet. How about a small degenerated reactor? Would you like that, small rabbit? It loves nuclear reactors. How about I give you a wooden stick? Oh, I can't give that away. That's a story prize. How about Gundam's underpants? No, I can't give her that either. How about on. Alright, I'm gonna give it more presents later. I'm getting sidetracked. That would be on fourth island. And then we gotta go to Mizumi Castle. And inside. Sure enough, there is a missing spear. A spear with a flashy ornament on it is hanging from the wall. This spear is definitely it, right?
I see.
Just as I thought. It looks exactly like the spear that killed Nagito. The same whip-like cord is attached to the handle, and there's a weight on the end of it.
Also,
Plus, it looks like one of the spears on the wall is missing. There's no mistaking it. The killer took one of the spears and used it as a weapon. Spear of Gungnir, huh? Monokuma would totally come up with a lame name like that. But why did the killer use the spear and the knife?
Well, yeah.
Well, they could have just stabbed him with a knife, and it would have been easier, too. There's no way a spear like this, with this unnecessary cord thing on it, would be easy to use. Yeah, it definitely looks hard to wield. But still, they chose this spear for a reason. What could that reason be? I don't know, but let's check the fluoride again. It's the password to enter the ancient ruin, but the most important part is erased. Nagito was the only one who found out the password written here. He apparently went inside, but now that he's dead, are we unable to get the password? No, we should deal with that later. Right now, investigating the case comes first. The killer must have taken the spear from here. A spear like that isn't convenient at all, and it would have been a pain in the ass to carry around. So why did they bother using it in the first place?
I see.
Maybe this spear was actually used for torture, too. Torture, huh? Well, I guess that's all I'm going to learn here. To the ancient ruins! Wrong button! Now to the ancient ruins! This is the wrong way. Hang on. Run, Hajime, run! Ancient ruin. Ta-da! Looks like the Japanese word for future is written on the door. I can't help thinking this ancient ruin is somehow connected to the future foundation. We knew that. There's a liquid crystal display. I should find the password first, okay? And the gun. If this is a real gun, is this building so important it requires this much security? I guess that's all we're gonna find here. So, I guess we'll go to Nagito's room next. Back to the hotel. Why is it such a long run to the hotel? Run, Hajime, run! Why did I run the wrong way? There we go. Hotel. Now, which one of these freaking hotel cottages was Nagito staying in anyway? Hey, the future is... The future. The hotel is called the Hotel Mirai, and isn't Mirai the word for future in Japan? I just noticed that. Which one of these is Nagito's room? There we go. What's up, Chiaki? I'm annoyed. What happened? I'm annoyed. What are you annoyed about? I want to investigate Nagito's cottage, but I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. I don't really understand, but you can't investigate Nagito's cottage? Maybe I should try investigating his cottage. It's locked. Apparently. We can't go inside thanks to that. I'm annoyed. There's nothing I can do. I'm gonna go investigate another area. What are you going to do? I'll go look for Monokuma. He might open it for us. Well, let me know so we can go inside.
Yep.
Oh, you know what? I bet we have to do this last. And I forgot we need to investigate. I keep hitting the wrong button. I forgot we need to investigate the military base.